Shalom. So the global food crisis just became much, much worse. It appears that the crisis that started in 2022 is going to an entirely new level by 2023. Now, this we've been saying all along, and we know this. Worldwide supply of food has been getting tighter and tighter for months. Historic droughts have been crippling food production all over the northern hemisphere. Much less fertilizer is being used in poorer countries because of how insanely expensive it's become, engineered. And the war in Ukraine has restricted the flow of agricultural exports out of one of the most important bread baskets on the planet. Russia resumed its blockade of Ukrainian ports on Sunday, cutting off urgently needed grain exports to hungry parts of the world in what President Biden called outrageous. So why did the Russians do this? Is it what they were trying to set out to be mean or funny? No. The Ukrainians, with help from their Western allies, decided to attack Russia's Black Sea fleet with a bunch of drones. Hours after that, a statement by the Foreign Ministry in Moscow said the Russian side cannot guarantee the safety of civilian dry cargo ships participating in the Black Sea Initiative. It suspends its implementation from today for an indefinite period. It said the move was in connection with the actions of the Ukrainian armed forces led by British specialists, and that these actions were directed against Russian ships that ensured the functioning of said humanitarian corridor. The ongoing war in Ukraine has brought 70 million people to the brink of starvation, and in addition, the war has affected the food supply of another 345 million people. 75% of the areas where winter wheat is grown in the US is currently suffering from some level of drought. Secondly, a potential rail strike is threatening to cause severe supply chain problems all across America, so that might happen too. And then thirdly, it appears that the entire Western world may be wrestling with temporary shortages of diesel fuel in the months ahead. That's affecting everyone, South Africa included. The UN has already warned that multiple famines are likely in 2023, and with each passing day, the number of people living on the brink of starvation keeps getting larger. This is a worldwide crisis that isn't going away, and thanks to new developments, just got worse. So, regardless of how you look at what's happening with wars and rumors of wars and which side is which and who you think's right and who you think's wrong, when the Russian Black Sea Fleet is part of an agreement to look after the grain ships coming out so that they can keep feeding the world while they fight, and then they attack those ships, what did they think the Russians were going to do? Russians were obviously going to cut the throat of the deal immediately. And you know what? While everyone is just not agreeing to talk and not agreeing to come to the table and continuing with this whole little war of theirs until they eventually declare war, the world will just keep starving and things will just get worse on the famine front. So, this is just one more peg in this whole chaotic 7 years that lays ahead. We keep praying for everyone that is sitting on the brink of starvation, that is struggling with access to food, to water, and that is suffering because of all these things. And we pray that Jesus comes soon. We'll keep watching and we'll keep waiting and we'll keep making sure that we stay on top of all these things as they happen. God bless. Keep looking up. Shalom.